Well, as if one night wasn't good enough, we retreated to two. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your set. I'm Hitman Oz. Welcome back to your official WrestleMania 38 review for night two. And of course, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome back, as usual, the co-host, the humble man, Gary. Welcome to the contracts.
What's good? My boy Cause Painting. What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What up? I had to be here along with my boy, always kicking the wrestling knowledge. And we're going to talk about how great night two was along with night one. Let's get right into it.
Well, starting things off, we had RK Bro defend the Raw Tag Team titles against the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. This match was pretty wild.
Yeah, that match was pretty good. Hell yeah, it was.
Everyone definitely showed everything that they have to bring to the table and then some.
Exactly.
Again, I'll be honest. It's hard for me to talk about anything else without mentioning the spot with Riddle and Montez Ford. Montez Ford was about to go in for the kill with his frog splash, but then Riddle freaking hopped up on the ropes and caught him with a RKO.
That's a fact.
With a super RKO, man.
Yeah, man.
That shit was so wild.
Hell yeah, that shit was wild. And Orton did his RKO next, which is always some wild shit whenever Orton does his RKOs.
Yeah. Then also, freaking Montez Ford did an insane looking diving move to everybody outside too.
Oh yeah.
And also, shout out to Angelo Dawkins. I did not know that he could fly as well. That was a pretty good springboard move that he pulled onto Otis. That I did not expect him to do that.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect that either.
But unfortunately for me, RK Bro retained.
Oh yep. I'm happy that they won. I wanted either them or the Street Profits to win.
I only wanted the Street Profits to win. That's it. But they did, have a truce in the middle of the ring, and they also brought along Gable Steveson to share a WrestleMania toast before it was interrupted by the party pooper Chad Gable. But Gable Steveson gave him the Beats Padre, so they could properly give a WrestleMania toast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and also, I'm glad Montez Ford was actually wearing shoes that matched his attire this time.
Oh, yeah.
But, cause he's always doing that shit, and it gets on my nerves. But he was matching. So, yeah.
Right.
Moving on. We had Bobby Lashley take on Omos. Now, first off, I'm glad Bobby's shoulder healed after the surgery that he needed done.
Right.
Right. Personally, if he could have made it, if it was known that he could make it to Mania, I would have liked to see him defend the WWE title. But
exactly.
This match was still good enough because he was still at WrestleMania. He still competed. He still did his thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great match. It was that match is good too.
Yeah, I think even though almost lost, it did. In my opinion, it helped bring him further into the spotlight.
Exactly.
Last year he won. This year he lost, but it's further gonna bring him out as a star, at least in my opinion.
Right.
Well, and he definitely proved that he's not the Great Khali when it comes to being in the ring. He's actually mobile. He can actually move around. He can actually do different moves. No offense to Great Khali. I'm just saying this because a lot of people kept trying to compare him to Khali.
Right.
But yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, he really did. He really did. He did his thing for real.
Moving on, we had the second celebrity match of WrestleMania. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an anything goes match.
Yeah.
Personally, once again, should have been just no holds barred. It's literally the same thing.
Exactly.
And honestly, this match was a lot better than expected.
Exactly.
But as expected, Johnny Knoxville got help from the Jackass crew and other people, because Lord knows he would never be able to beat Sammy by himself.
Oh, right.
And then all the props that were used were A1. The giant hand, the taser, the table with mouse traps on them, the giant mouse trap, all perfectly used, wonderful. I loved it. It was great. It was spectacular. It had to be one of the most entertaining celebrity matches I had ever seen, where the celebrity didn't have to do much wrestling wise.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct.
And also salute to Sami Zayn for agreeing to doing a match like this, because you have to be a hell of a wrestler to sell as good as he did, and just go through with a match like this. And Kevin Owens even took to Twitter saying that Sammy was one of the best in the world, and there's no denying that Sammy is definitely one of the best. Don't be fooled by him being a mid-carder and all that. He's definitely one of the best in the world.
Yeah, that is a fact.
And salute to him. But moving on, we had the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Championship match. Carmella and Queen Zelina defending against Sasha Banks and Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Jesus, I was about to say Ruby Riott. But this match was pretty good. Well, this match wasn't too bad for what it's worth.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Personally, maybe you could have bumped this a little higher up the card.
Right, exactly.
And maybe something else could have been in the slot that they were. But it is what it is.
Right.
I'll admit, I got no problem with Sasha and Naomi winning. What I had a problem with was Sasha getting the win. But part of me understands why they did it. Is because she's never won at WrestleMania, so this would be her. This is literally her first win at WrestleMania, so I can understand why they did it. But even still, I really wasn't happy with her winning. Personally, I would have preferred it if Naomi was the one that got the win. But
Right.
But even still, I wanted Shayna and Natalya to win. But even still, I'm not mad at this match. But now, with them winning, we have all black excellence holding the women's titles. Because we got, Bianca Belair, she's the new Raw Women's Champion. Now Sasha and Naomi are the Women's Tag Team Champions. Black excellence has risen once again from the ashes.
Exactly.
Oh, now all we need is black talent to win the SmackDown Women's title, and we're good.
Yeah, exactly.
But as far as black talent on SmackDown goes, I think the only one that doesn't have a title is Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because I think she's the only black talent on SmackDown. Am I wrong?
No.
Because Naomi and Sasha, they're on SmackDown, but they have titles. I'm thinking of the women that don't got titles. Tamina's on Raw. Yeah, that's all I can think of. But yeah, so yeah, all we need to have is Shayna winning the SmackDown title, and we got all black talent, all black excellence with the women's titles.
Yeah, that is a fact, man.
But regardless. Black girls rock.
That's right.
Moving on, we had actually the way I'm reading it, I don't think these matches were in order. But anyways, actually before I talk about this match, I'll talk about the one that's after it. We had Sheamus and Rich Hound versus the New Day. Personally, now from if most of y'all don't know, we'll go ahead and tell you. This match was actually you guys probably already do know, if you guys watched our predictions, but this was supposed to be on this match was supposed to be on night 1, but it got pulled because of time restraints. Personally, given how long this match was, there wouldn't have been no time restraint had they not have showed all them damn promos.
That is right.
Because this match was disgustingly short.
Right, it really was. Honestly, it really was.
Because looking it up, it was less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was.
But you know, aside from my distaste of how short the match was, I gotta give a big shout out to the New Day for dressing like Big E.
Yes, that is a must.
They were wearing his coat, and they were wearing his singlet and his boots. Big shout out to them for doing that, man.
Right.
It just shows how much they love the guy. And once again, Big E, we love you, man. We miss you. We hope you make a full recovery, man. And we can't wait to see you back.
Yeah, man. We really can't, Big E. Miss you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But on the other side of the coin, you know, with Sheamus, Rich Hound, and Butch. First off, I know I've said it multiple times on the contracts, but I absolutely love how they are portraying Pete Dunne right now. Sure, you know, again, I understand people don't like the name. I don't mind it, you know, right. but I understand why people don't like it. But I love the way they're booking him. They're booking him as as pretty much an uncaged animal.
Right.
Because every time he pulls up, he's always trying to fight somebody. To which Sheamus and Rich Hound always have to hold him back.
Exactly.
And him constantly doing this is honestly just gonna want to build. It's just gonna build anticipation and the demand for Butch to have a match.
That's right.
Because like literally every time before the match he's trying to fight. Then once the match is over, he'll immediately start fighting again. To which that's what happened, because Sheamus and Rich Hound did win the match, but the second the bell rang, he ran in the ring and started teeing off on one of them, and Sheamus had to grab him once again.
Right.
And I'm just loving this because it's just a real badass feel to it. That's what I feel. It's just having them it's just making them look real badass. I'm loving it. So
yeah, exactly.
So salute to Butch. Moving on, we had one of my favorite matches of the night. We had Pat McAfee face off against Austin Theory. And this fucker Austin Theory, and it's funny because he's super talented, and even though he's young as hell, he's super talented, but he's such a fucking young punk.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, man.
Like, and honestly, Pat needed to teach him this lesson. And once again in this match, Pat McAfee did not disappoint.
Yeah, he did not.
He showed that even though it's been, I think, at least a year or two since he faced Adam Cole and did the War Games match, he hasn't lost a step.
Right.
He's still athletic as hell, and he's once again proven that punters and kickers are just as athletic as the other NFL stars.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, his punting foot definitely has not gotten weaker, because during his entrance he punted a football deep into the stands, and all I can say is it's good. If y'all can't see me right now, but I got both my hands up signaling that it's good.
Right.
But after the match, unfortunately, Pat didn't get to celebrate for long, because then Vince. I forgot to mention that Vince came out to introduce Austin Theory and whatnot. Then Vince took off his jacket, and then him and Pat had a match. But before the bell rang, Pat got ambushed by Austin Theory. Then pretty much during the match, he was getting beat up by Vince, and then when Pat finally came back, Austin Theory attacked him right in front of the ref, mind you. But you gotta keep in mind he's facing Mr. McMahon, so I'm pretty sure the ref had more than enough sense not to disqualify Vince.
Oh yeah.
Because if he disqualified him, that would be his job.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
And I'm pretty sure he had a family to feed.
Exactly, man.
So I'm pretty sure, so yeah, he had more than enough sense not to DQ him. But and then before Vince pinned him, he threw one last jab, put a little more salt into the wound, as Austin Theory grabbed the football, gave it to Vince, to which Vince then punted the football in Pat's face for the pin.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
To which then him and Austin Theory were celebrating, but then to get the sour taste out of everyone's mouth, Stone Cold showed up once again.
Hell yeah, and that was one of my main favorite parts about this shit. Hell yeah, my boy Stone Cold.
Yeah, he stunned Austin Theory, had a couple of cold ones, then he shared a beer with Vince, and then as I expected, he stunned him. But this was easily the worst stunner ever.
Yeah, that is. Well, you said that's the worst.
The worst stunner ever.
Oh, why you say that?
Dude, they botched the living hell out of it. Don't you remember?
Oh yeah. Now I recall as to why you say that, and I did see that.
Like, this was so bad, freaking. And it's obvious. And Austin was ready to do the stunner, but I guess Vince forgot how to sell the stunner, and freaking Austin's hand slipped out of Vince. He slipped. He tumbled. He backpedaled away. It was horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then he went back to having a couple cold ones, and then he brought Pat McAfee back into the ring to celebrate and to have him celebrate. And don't get me wrong, it's not it. I'd rather have Pat celebrating, but not with Stone Cold. Anybody with common sense knows how this story pans out every time. Every time you celebrate with Steve Austin, you're getting stunned too.
Oh yeah,
come on. Everyone should be knowing this, but no, he celebrated with Steve Austin, and then, as expected, he got stunned too.
It's a fact. He did.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Right.
But overall, the whole moment was great. Even with the bullshit with Mr. McMahon, but hey. Then moving on, This match, in my opinion, stole the show. Absolutely stole the show. Edge versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, that match was great, man. That too was a great match.
First off, before we even talk further about the match, let's talk about Edge. This man, talk about revitalizing your career. This guy did it. Oh my God, his entrance was nothing short of fucking amazing. First off, I wanna give him a shout out for once again choosing Alter Bridge, the guys who made Metalingus, his previous theme, for his new theme, because once again they hooked it up big time. His entrance was amazing. It was a mix of Undertaker, Dark Ministry, and the Brood. It was beautiful. Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah, it really was.
And I even said on Facebook, the only thing that was better than Edge's entrance was his attire. Because if you look closely at his tights, it was a compilation of a bunch of hands rising up out of the ground. Then he had some skulls on his knee pads, and then he had the devil horns on his boots.
Yeah, it's correct.
Then speaking of entrances, we have to talk about what happened to AJ Styles. If you look, it was hard. It was hard not to see, because once the camera zoomed in on his face, you saw that AJ was bleeding.
Right.
What happened was when he came out the curtain, he was walking too close to the structure when turning into the stage ramp, and he cut his face on the WrestleMania structure. That's how he got cut open. Initially, people, including myself, thought it was a pyro, but a fan whose seat was close to the stage showed it. So yeah, be more careful where you walk.
Yeah, it's correct. Exactly. That was real crazy, honestly speaking.
My mom always told me always watch where I'm going.
Yeah, that's right.
Then moving on to the match. The match again was great. Edge showed despite his age, despite his past injuries, he still got it and then some.
Yeah, that's right, man. That match was really great.
I really liked when AJ tried to do his springboard 450, but he ate nothing but knees.
Right. Exactly.
And then of course, you know, when it came to the closing moments of the match, a wild Damian Priest appeared. And I didn't know anything prior to this, you know, before the match, but the Humble Man did. But we're gonna get to that in a sec. Anyways, all Damian Priest did was he just appeared.
Exactly.
He didn't attack AJ Styles. He didn't stand up on the ramp. He just stood there. But his presence alone caught
our attention.
It caught AJ's attention, and that slight distraction was all Edge needed, because then he still tried to do the phenomenal forearm, but got caught with a spear, and that was it.
That's correct.
And to what I said about the Humble Man, what he knew that I didn't know is that there's a rumor that Edge is gonna be starting a heel stable, and Damian Priest is one of the first members in it. Now, for me, from what I'm gathering, just based on how he was dressed and his entrance, I'm guessing his stable is going to be based on something like the Dark Ministry, like the Brood, and also maybe I hate to bring up AEW, but maybe something like the Dark Order.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I did see that article weeks ago. He's planning a heel stable. Edge, honestly, he fits either great face or heel.
And honestly, seeing that Edge is gonna have a whole stable like this brings me great joy. Because for one thing, we're gonna see him on TV a lot more, and now he's gonna be given a much longer storyline rather than just feuding with somebody towards WrestleMania. He's about to have something serious going, and I'm hyped for it. I'm looking forward to seeing who else might join.
Me too.
Actually, the potential of this stable reminds me of Malachi Black's stable in AEW with Buddy Murphy and what's that the dude, Brody King, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I apologize, y'all. I don't watch AEW.
Nah, that's all good, bro. We know.
But after we talked about all that, finally, we're at the main event. The alleged biggest match of all time, the winner take all match to unify the WWE and Universal title, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Personal bias aside, this match did not live up to the hype. See, this is the exact thing that I told them not to do. What I said during the predictions came true. I said before not to give matches labels like this, like the greatest ever or the biggest ever, because you're setting them up for failure, and that's what happened. You said they were billing this match as the biggest match of all time, and as such, it should have been the best match of all time, or at least a really good one, and that didn't happen. First, both of them went back to using limited moves, which greatly disappointed me. Don't get me wrong, sure, it was making the crowd pop and everything, but they were using like one or two moves. Brock was just doing suplexes. Roman was just doing his signatures. Literally the whole match, all he did was spears and a Superman punch.
I got you perfectly, honestly speaking. I feel what you're saying. Also before I get ready to that, I just want to say, glad Sasha Banks and Naomi won the women's tag team championships. I wanted either them or Liv Morgan, or I wanted either them or Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to win. I know I should have said that before, but honestly, this main event, the match was good, and you better acknowledge him, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the needle mover. He's in God mode. My boy Roman Reigns, he won. I'm glad he did. I'm a huge fan of him. I love Roman, like Brock also, but love my boy Roman. WrestleMania-wise, Roman never beat him. He's beaten him at other pay-per-views, but WrestleMania-wise, he's never did, so he needed this win at WrestleMania. But I feel what my man Cuz is saying about how they were doing the moves or whatever, it was kind of pretty good. And also the spear and through the barricade outside the ring, it was great. You gotta acknowledge Roman,
but still, it was just the spear. That's all he was doing.
I know.
That's my gripe.
No, I understand.
And especially compared to the other matches, I mean their other matches this year.
Right.
They did more.
Right.
Right. Just
Right.
just like it's just frustrating,
Right.
Cause don't get me wrong, I am super pissed that Roman won, but they could have done more. This match wasn't even 20 minutes long. It wasn't even 15 minutes long.
Nah, I remember you did say.
Like seriously, y'all gonna build this as as the biggest match of all time, and you're gonna use such little time to do it. First off, sure, I will say that there have been other matches that have been either that long or shorter that have been great, but they did more with the time. They weren't. They hardly did anything with that time, man.
I understand you perfectly.
It's just for me, it's a really sour end to a great 2 nights. Because both nights have been great. You know?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's just, this ending really soured night 2. To where, for me, I have to drop it down from being good to okay.
I got you.
And I still feel that night 1 was better now because of that. Because also night 1 had a few bigger moments in my opinion. But, you know, right. WrestleMania as a whole, I will say, was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Damn sure could have been better, but it was still very good.
Right.
And with that being said, we've come to the end of the contracts. I definitely want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and rock with the Humble Man and myself. I want to especially thank the Humble Man for coming through once again as usual to kick his wrestling knowledge.
Yes, sir. My man Cos Payton all the time, you know. We always going to be doing this and acknowledge Roman Reigns, the longest Universal Champion. He's the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, has both belts. He's in God mode now, like he said. He's the needle mover. Y'all gotta acknowledge and you gotta acknowledge him.
Or we can acknowledge a big rig that'll run him and the Usos over.
Get the hell out of here. Acknowledge the Usos as well.
So you know we can acknowledge a big rig that'll run them over. And then you know somebody take them titles from them. Then I'll throw a big party to whoever take it from them.
No, hell no. We throwing a big party for the whole bloodline retaining the belts. Cos Payton, let them know we gonna acknowledge them, right?
Nope.
Get out of here with that.
Because first off, the Usos initially were booked to lose the match.
Yeah, you did tell me that earlier.
Yeah.
Cos did mention that to me earlier.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, initially the Usos were actually booked to lose the titles, but unfortunately, you know what happened. I don't want to talk about it again. You know, just still wishing them a speedy recovery. I don't want to talk about it again. You know, speaking of which, I know this has nothing to do with the main event, but why in God's name, during the Rich Hound New Day match, did they show Big E's injury?
Yeah, I wish they never did.
Like, come on, dude. We don't need to see that.
Exactly.
We've already seen it a million times over. Just talk about it. Don't show the footage.
Exactly.
But, you know, other than that, you know, that's it for the contracts. Y'all keep it locked because we will be back here for WrestleMania Backlash if it's still called that or if it's just going to be called Backlash. Either way, we going to be here. Y'all keep it locked. It's the Hitman and the Humble Man.
Yes,
and by way of Struggle Vision Productions, we out. Peace.
Peace. We out of here.